Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to continue solving this past paper. So the last time we had a tutorial video for this past paper, which is Biology P1 2022 GCE. We answered the first 10 questions. So today we are going to continue solving this past paper, and we'll start from question 11 up to question 20. So just in case there are people who want to join LS online tuitions, this is my phone number. You are free to call me. You are free to text me. So this is my timetable. LS online tuitions are conducted in the WhatsApp group, where pre-recorded videos are uploaded every day starting from Monday up to Friday. And the duration of each tutorial video is 40 minutes, as we can see. So just in case there are people who are skeptical about LS online tuitions, so these were my 2023 GCE students. They came to testify after passing. They came. So this is my WhatsApp group. They came to testify. So, peradventure, there are people who are doubting, there are people who are skeptical about LS online tuitions. These were my students. So, grab this opportunity and learn with LS online tuitions from the comfort of your home. So, these were my students. They came to testify. Okay, so LS online tuitions are divided into two parts. Part number 1, lessons. Part number 2, solving past papers. So 50% of our tuitions covers lessons. 50% of our tuitions covers solving past papers. By the way, learners are allowed to ask questions. Okay, so let us look at these questions. So question 17 from 2010 past paper and question 13 from 2022 past paper are almost the same. Also question 18 from 2016 past paper and question 18 from 2022 past paper are also almost the same. So stay tuned to see these past papers. Without wasting much of our precious time, let us get down into business. Question 11, the question reads, which of the following is not an effect of an ailment of the liver? A, high blood sugar. B, low blood pressure. C, low toxin levels in the blood. D, poor bowel formation. So, liver plays a vital role in blood sugar regulation. Liver also helps to filter out toxin from the blood. It helps to remove toxin from the blood. Liver also produces bowels. So we can see that low blood pressure has nothing to do with the liver. So therefore, our correct answer here is B. We move on to the next question, which is question 12. Question 12, the question reads, which of the following occur during inhalation in fish? Okay, so the first column we have operculum, the second column we have pressure inside mouth, the third column we have flow of the mouth. Okay, so we need to understand that during inhalation, the surface of the mouth is lowered, or the back of the mouth is lowered. Then the pressure inside the mouth is also lowered or reduced. Then the operculum is closed during inhalation. So opercular is a plural term for operculum. So therefore we are going to conclude by saying During inspiration or during inhalation, the mouth opens. Muscles lower the floor of the bowel cavity or mouth, and the opercular bowed outward. This increases the internal volume and lowers the internal water pressure within the mouth. The opercular remain closed, ensuring water enters through the mouth. So, therefore, our correct answer is A. Operculum closed. Pressure inside mouth reduced. Flow of the mouth lowered. We move on to the next question, which is question 13. Question 13, the question reads, the following apparatus was set up. By the way, this is the question I was talking about. The following apparatus was set up to investigate one of the products of respiration. Okay, one of the product of respiration. So this question also came in 2010, as we can see. The diagram below shows the apparatus that can be used to investigate whether carbon dioxide is given off by a potted plant during respiration. So we need to understand that when carbon dioxide passes through lime water turns milk or cloudy. Okay, and we know that one of the product of respiration is carbon dioxide. One of the product of respiration is carbon dioxide. So here we are given this diagram. Air enter this tube. So the whole essence of having sodium hydroxide here is to absorb carbon dioxide from the air. We know that air is a combination of different gases. So the function of sodium hydroxide is to absorb carbon dioxide. So the air that will pass through this tube will have no carbon dioxide because carbon dioxide has been trapped by sodium hydroxide. So the lime water here will remain clear or will maintain the same color. Reason being, there is no carbon dioxide in the air. So carbon dioxide is the one that is capable of turning lime water into milk. Okay. So here we are having the green plant. We're having a green plant, and we know one of the product of respiration is carbon dioxide. So if this green plant respires, carbon dioxide will be produced. And when carbon dioxide passes through lime water will turn cloudy or will turn milk. So therefore, uh, lime in flask X will remain clear, then lime in flask Y will become cloud. So therefore, our correct answer is C. Flask X stays clear. Flask Y becomes cloud. We move on to the next question. Which is question 17. Question 17. Sorry, this question is coming from 2010, and it was question 17. So question 17 from 2010, we are also going to answer this one. The diagram below shows the apparatus that can be used to investigate whether carbon dioxide is given off by a potted plant during respiration. So we are also having sodium hydroxide solution here, and we know the essence of having sodium hydroxide solution is to absorb carbon dioxide from air. So which of the following would you expect to observe in the flask labeled 1, 2, and 3? So our correct answer is C. Our correct answer is C. So flask 1 clear, flask 2 clear, flask 3 cloud. Okay, we move on to the next question, which is question 14. Question 14, the question reads, which of the following are symptoms of a disease? Which of the following are symptoms of a disease? So the first step that we are going to take uh, before answering this question, we need to understand uh, the term symptom. So a symptom is the subjective experience of a potential health issue which cannot be observed. The keyword here is observed by a doctor. Examples include stomach cramps as a result of eating undercooked meat, or a thrombin headache brought on by stress, or an overwhelming feeling of fatigue. So we need to understand that a symptom a subjective is a subjective issue, or is a subjective feeling. So symptom is not something that you can observe or that you can see. So symptoms are feelings or are issues that can be felt by the patient himself or herself. So therefore, our correct answer is D. So you cannot observe headache. You cannot see toothache. You cannot see high blood pressure. So you need to do some assessment in order for you to know these. We move on to the next question, which is question 15. Question 15, the question reads, the diagrams show cross section of a stem and root of a plant. Which of the following correctly identifies parts of the plant? Okay, so we are going to make use of this diagram here. So we are having the sample of dicot stem. We are having the sample of dicot stem. We are also having the sample of dicot root. We are also having the sample of dicot root here. So therefore, our correct answer is A. So X is a dicot stem, then Y is a dicot root. We move on to the next question. We move on to the next question, which is question 16. Question 16, the question reads, the diagrams show some components of blood. What are the functions of these components of blood? So first and foremost, let us identify each and every uh, cell or each and every blood component of blood given in this question. So P, this is a red blood cell. So P is a red blood cell. Then Q, P is a red blood cell. Q, this is a this is a this is a phagocyte. Then R, this is a lymphocyte. Okay, so we know that the function of red blood cells, or the function of the red blood cell, is to transport oxygen. Then the function of phagocyte is to fight pathogens by engulfing, is to fight pathogens or to fight foreign materials by engulfing. Then the function of lymphocytes is to fight foreign materials by producing antibodies. So therefore, our correct answer is C. We move on to the next question. We move on to the next question, which is which is question question 17. Question 17, the question reads, which of the following is the function of lymph nodes? So the function of lymph nodes is to neutralize foreign agents. So by virtue of neutralizing foreign agents, the lymph nodes prevent diseases. So we know that bacteria and viruses causes diseases. So by neutralizing or by killing bacteria and viruses, then diseases are prevented. So our correct answer here is C. Our correct answer is C. We move on to the next question. Which is question 18. Question 18, the question reads, the diagram shows the structure of a kidney. tubule. Which of these correctly identifies where ultrafiltration, reabsorption, and osmoregulation occur? So let us make use of let us okay. So this was one of the question I was talking about. So this is question 18 from 2022 past paper, and this is question 18 from 2016 past paper. So as we can see, these two questions are almost the same. So you can pause the video and take a look at this question. Okay, so we are having this diagram. So ultrafiltration takes place in the Bowman's capsule. Then selective reabsorption takes place in the in the proximal convoluted tubule. Osmoregulation takes place in the loop of Hahn. Also, selective reabsorption takes place in the distal convoluted tubule. Osmoregulation also takes place in the collecting duct. So this is a summarized picture uh, of the diagram that has been given in the question. So we are going to make use of this summarized picture to answer the question. Okay, let us come back to the question. So we know that the ultrafiltration takes place in the Bowman's capsule, which is X, and the absorption takes place in the convoluted in the proximal convoluted tubule. And okay, so therefore our correct answer is A. Ultrafiltration takes place in on this part, then the absorption takes place here, and the osmoregulation takes place here. We move on to the next question, which is question 19. Question 19, the question reads, the diagram shows the human skin. The diagram shows the human skin. What happens to the parts labeled M, N, and Q on a cold day in order to regulate body temperature? So we are going to make use of this diagram. So when the environment is hot, or when the weather is hot, arteries dilate or they become wider. Okay, when the environment is cold or when the weather is cold, arteries constrict. What happens to air elector muscles when it is hot? Relax and hairs lie flat. What happens when it is cold? Air elector muscles contract and hairs stand. What happens to sweat when it is hot? Sweat circulation onto skin. So sweat takes place. What happens when it is cold? No sweat is produced. Okay, so therefore our correct answer is A. Our correct answer is A. So M constrict, N contract. So N. So this one is these are arteries or blood vessels. Then N are air elector muscles. Then O sweat gland. O sweat gland. So okay, our correct answer is our correct answer is A. Our correct answer is A. So when the day or when the weather is cold or when it is cold, no sweat is produced. Our correct answer is A. We move on to the last question. We move on to the last question, which is question 20. Question 20, the question reads, the diagram shows glands of endocrine system. What is the name and function of the hormone produced in the structure? Okay, let us make use of this diagram here. So, thyroid gland produces thyroxine, and the function of thyroxine is to regulate metabolic rate. Okay, so Our correct answer therefore is D. Our correct answer is D. The hormone that is being produced from the structure labeled W is thyroxine. And what is the function of thyroxine? Regulate metabolic rate of the body. So we have families.